Okay, good morning. Neil here with the Outfit Radio Show. Here with my series, Who's Who in Santa Cruz, with my good friend right here, Mr. Jack Snyder.
Good morning.
And hey, good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you too.
My first question, I ask everybody the first question.
Okay.
Okay. What is your favorite Marianne's flavor?
Ooh, 1020.
Good call.
1020 for
You go
sure.
1020. You walk in there. You don't look at the menu. You go right. You go 1020.
Just
Boom.
1020.
All right.
No looking. That's it.
So, the reason I'm calling you, have you come here and interview, because I want to know what it's like to, what's Mavericks like in the eyes of a 17-year-old? But did you start when you were 16?
Yeah, actually I was 15.
You were 15 when you first?
I was just about to turn 16.
Yeah.
I had just been training that whole winter when I was 15. I think it was last season, all of last season. Surfing like, up north on some big waves, Middle Peak all the time.
Yeah.
Trying to get my feet wet, and then the end of last season, I think it was around April, I went out and got one wave.
Okay with mom and dad about going out there, going to Mavericks? Or did you have to convince them?
For the most part.
Yeah. What was their trepidation?
My mom obviously was a little freaked out about the whole idea.
Yeah.
My dad was pretty chill with it.
Yeah. And your dad's very experienced surfer. Did he feel that you were ready?
Yeah, I think he felt
Right.
I was ready, at least for the conditions of that day. It wasn't anything major, but I mean.
And did you get training? Did you have somebody coach you or train you before you even stepped foot into your wetsuit?
Yeah, so I've been working with Calder Knowles.
Yeah.
Call him C. We'd been working together for a while. We were doing a lot of breath training and mental training and physical, testing boards and getting equipment together and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then so I went out. He took me out there for my first time.
What was the date of that? What was the date of that? Do you remember?
Sometime in April last year.
Okay.
I don't remember the exact date.
And when you went out there, did you paddle out?
Yeah.
And
Paddle from the beach.
What were your first thoughts when you paddled out and saw that wave from up close rather than magazine articles or
Right.
video or whatever?
Yeah. It was. I mean, I couldn't really explain it. It was insane. I'd never really seen a wave like that before, and definitely took some time to get into the spot to get a wave.
Did you stare? How long did you stare at it for until you felt comfortable about?
Probably took me an hour.
Oh, really?
It wasn't terrible, but
Yeah,
it definitely took a little bit of time. Just watching it, seeing what it was like,
Yeah.
and trying to wrap my brain around what was going on.
How big was it that day?
It wasn't anything major. It was
Yeah.
maybe 15 foot.
Yeah.
Just capper days, nothing crazy on the bowl, but it was definitely a good day for me to get out there and feel out the water a little bit.
Did Calder go with you?
He did.
Did he?
Yeah.
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 And he did. And I know him. He's not going to push you into going.
Yeah. Right.
You have to feel comfortable inside your own. But you talked
100%.
about me earlier about the mindset
Yeah.
of what's that? Let's talk about that. The mindset, apart from the skill of being a good surfer.
Yeah.
Where's your mind need to be when you? Where was your mind when you went out there?
My mind was kind of I didn't block everything out, but I
Right.
definitely made sure that I was feeling it, and there was no nothing that if I were to take a big wave on the head and I'm sitting on the bottom of the reef
Yeah.
thinking oh, I probably shouldn't have done this or done that.
Yeah.
That was the main thing, just making sure I was definitely 100% confident in what I was doing.
Yeah. And were you accepted out there by who's this? Who's this kid out here? Were you accepted by the surf crew that were out there?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, I didn't just go straight into the bowl, sit the deepest inside of everybody and go on the wave. I kind of,
Right.
just how any lineup is, you
Yeah.
respect and make sure the guys who've been out there the longest are getting the waves that they want, the best waves, and just pick off the scraps.
Yeah.
It's kind of what I've been doing the whole entire season, just trying to get my feet set out there and make sure that everyone knows I'm starting to become a regular out there and try and get waves.
What board did you ride for your first session out there?
My first session, I was
Yeah.
on a Source gun.
Okay.
I had shaped it a couple months before. I think it was an 8.8.
Yeah.
So it was pretty small looking back on it, but it worked. It got me into a wave.
Yeah.
And then we've just been progressing on that board ever since.
Yeah. So now I saw one from Bob the other day you were riding.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I have one from Pearson. that I got also at the beginning of this winter, and I got it wet a couple times.
Right.
And then me and Nick Palandrani with Source and my coach C, we all started to work on making a new like revised board. I mean.
Yeah.
And then since that in December, I've been riding it ever since.
Okay. Has every ride been perfect for you, or have you made some mistakes and learned on some of the mistakes you've made?
Definitely made some mistakes.
Yeah.
I haven't had any serious consequences yet.
Yeah.
But I've definitely got worked a couple times.
Meaning work. Meaning give us a description of being worked.
I would say, well, I mean, it was definitely the gnarliest beat down of my life for sure.
Was that?
Yeah, 100%. So much power.
But you were
out there.
trained. But you trained for it though, right?
I did, yeah.
Had you done breath training?
I done breath training. I did a couple courses. I did like the Hawaii Eco Divers course. They come over here to Pacifica every now and then. So I did that, and just doing like physical workouts while holding my breath, cardio and stuff like that. Paired, and I think I got
pummeled
before I got pretty smoked.
How was it when you had that beat down?
Yeah.
Did you know where you were? Did you know what was the situation? What was going through your mind at that point?
Everything was pretty calm in my brain at least. Everything felt pretty good.
Yeah.
It was a little bit of it was kind of offshore wind that day, and nobody was really out, and there was a couple solid waves, and I had gotten a few under my belt, just getting my feet in the wax and everything like that, and then one came through, and I was probably a little bit too deep for it, but I took off, and I only had to give 3 paddles, and it kind of lurched on me, and I got kind of hung up because of the wind. I was on my Arrow, which is a pretty light board, epoxy.
Yeah.
I think my Source wasn't done yet, but I got pretty hung up, and I airdropped, and I thought I was gonna pull it, and then I reconnected with the wave after being in the air for a little bit, but I landed sideways, looking back up at the lip.
You were.
And I was like, oh, this isn't a very good spot. And I looked back, and my fins reconnected.
Yeah.
And I straightened out, but I was off balance, and then I fell.
Done.
And then I got sucked straight into the lip and went over the falls. And
how many were behind it?
I think there's only one.
Was it
so
right?
I got
Not
lucky,
bad.
yeah. But it was a pretty under the radar day. There were no skis or boats or anything out there, so I was kind of on my own. But it wasn't terrible. I got pretty smoked. I went super deep. Pulled my vest just so I could save energy because I didn't want to be done surfing for the day yet. And then it took a little bit, but then I popped back up and had one more, and it was fine.
Now, do you still get thrill out of surfing other places, or is Mavericks? Or you want to be there every time you can, or do you still get excited about surfing the point? Or
I'm always excited.
38th with your dad, or
for sure.
Drain pipes, or
I love all those
with
waves
pops,
too.
right?
People ask me that quite a bit if it's I don't like surfing any of those other places, but I definitely still get the same thrill. But when Mavericks is breaking, I'm definitely gonna do my best to get out there.
Yeah, top 5 waves that you want to surf, big waves that you want to surf. Yeah, top 5.
Well, Jaws is one of them.
Okay, we got Jaws.
Jaws and Waimea.
And
over in Hawaii.
Yeah.
I want to surf Todos Santos. Hopefully next winter. That's definitely on the list.
Okay.
Nazare would be fun, not obviously when it's 80 foot, but it'd be fun to paddle it one day when it's manageable.
Yeah.
That's 4, I think. Last one, probably one of those outer reefs out in Oahu, some big outer reef.
So if you surf with your dad, do you give him waves, or are you nicking him off of him?
For the most part, every now and then I'll give him a wave.
Throw him a bone?
Throw him some scrap. For the most part, though, he'll get him.
Well, Jack, we wish you all the best for your career coming up for Mavs.
Thank you.
Everyone's excited to see you out there.
Oh, I'm stoked.
I saw you on something I watched. That's why I wanted to talk to you. But
thank you.
Hope to have you come back on the Alfie Radio Show again soon. And,
I love it.
And continue watching your career.
Let's do it. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome.
All right.